that. You're amazing. You know, I've only spent a couple of hours with you, and I've never seen anybody know so much as you. You're so involved in what you do. It's amazing. You're kind of, that's why you won.
It's well, you're too kind. And first of all, it's because I have a really big mouth. But second of all, I was homeless several times in my life. So I had a lot of very hard lessons in life.
Now, when you talk about being homeless, does that mean you're actually on the streets, living under tunnels?
Sleeping in cars.
Sleeping
on couches, sleeping in a car in a parking lot somewhere.
I did have a car. Not having your own home.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I didn't sleep like an alcoholic, like on a gutter. Not like that.
Have you ever been involved with drugs or anything like that? You don't look the type.
I've never, to be completely honest, I've never done any cocaine or hardcore drugs or anything like that.
What kept you away from that?
I did martial arts.
Oh.
I did martial arts when I was younger, and as I was fighting people, I prefer not to be high while I'm fighting them.
Now, you're from Vietnam, right?
Yes.
So what's the difference between Vietnam and America?
Well,
which you probably don't know much because you came here when you were a child.
I was born in Vietnam, but I grew up in San Diego. We evacuated when I was 2 months old.
Oh, so you know a lot about Vietnam.
Yeah, I know they have good food. I came back and visited recently.
Oh, you did?
There for 10 days helping the leprosy colonies.
Do you have family there or anybody
there? No, I was just there on a mission to help leprosy colonies and help little orphan kids from being human trafficked and all that stuff.
It's funny you should talk about that because I was involved.
It's funny? Human trafficking is funny? All right.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, because I was several years ago getting myself involved in the younger generation then. I was going to do it. I had a TV show called Voices of Tomorrow.
Right.
And I wanted to bring it to Vietnam to give the children their voice in society. And there was an incredible orphanage there, and I was trying to go through the politics there.
Right.
Then it got so hard with the politics that it was, it's not that I gave up, but it just couldn't, it was hard to move along.
You just went and got a Korean kid instead.
No, I got you instead.
The Korean, she doesn't know this, but she already adopted me, folks.
Yes, I just adopted him.
I'm here to collect some child support.
You want child?
So if you got some coins,
we're not going to discuss ages. So I'm 39 and holding, 12 years old.
No, it's weird. I'm 39 as well.
How come you look so old?
I know. I just don't use the same cream as you.
Dude, I don't use any cream.
Oh, that must be the secret.
Yes. No, it's the English. It's the English complexion.
It's gorgeous. I use cream of corn. You ever tried cream of corn? After you're done with it, you could eat it.
Absolutely awful.
Oh, it's awful unless you put some salt on it.
And then you rub it, and then you give yourself. Then it rubs off all the dead skin.
This sounds delicious. It's delicious. Then you put it right in your soup.
Yeah, or you can lick yourself.
You could. That's me every Tuesday. A lot of licking.
So let me get a little bit of your background.
Yes.
Of what were you doing in Laughlin?
I came here because I am here at a festival there's Jay Leno here and Rita Rudner.
No, Jay Leno, and he's amazing. I was watching his show the other day. He's got this car show on television. It's amazing, this show, and he gets all these obviously very, very wealthy people because they all have these incredible cars, and it's like, I didn't realize that so many men love these car things. Is it a man thing? Obviously, it is a man thing.
I'm not really a manly man.
What are you?
I'm wearing stage makeup right now, and I have 8 sisters. I was raised by 9 women. I'm not really a car type of guy.
I don't even know if this is the truth or not. You really have 9?
I have 8 sisters, and I have my mom.
8 sisters and a mom.
So that's 9 women raising me. I'm not like our camera crew who has the tough tattoos. I don't have that. I have lotion.
You have, back to the lotion.
I put lotion on my arm. Hey, what's up? What's up, bro? You want to hang around? I got some cream of corn on my arms. You want to hang out?
I'm listening to you. You're saying you were brought up with 8 sisters and a mother. And I'm thinking to myself, what would it be like me being brought up with 8 brothers? I would think it would be absolute murder.
You'll probably be Snow White.
Well, I am white.
What? Hi ho! So, no, it must be good to be white. Is it nice?
I don't know the difference.
You don't know the difference?
No, because I've always been like this. Oh. So
well, white people, you have free passes to get into Ethan Allen's
We have free everything.
You get to go to the Pottery Barn. Nobody thinks it's weird. I go in there, and they're like, "Am I the janitor?" They don't know what's going on. Right? They're like, "Excuse me, are you lost from the Tokyo Drift?"
Do they really talk to you like that?
No, they don't.
Oh, good. Okay.
They don't.
Got a relief.
They think they think I'm delivering the Vietnamese food. Is what's going on.
So going back to Vietnam, because you never really knew Vietnam. Did you go back to Vietnam?
She's not even listening to my
I'm not listening to him at all. No, I'm not listening.
I deliver a punchline. She's like, so speaking of Vietnam, I'm like, oh yes, continue. Please.
So going back to Vietnam, knowing this is where you actually came from, did you like it? Was it?
Yeah, it was nice. There wasn't very many white chicks there. I don't know why. But besides that, Vietnam was great.
It's a good place because I would love to go there. I would love to see, but it's a communist country still, right?
Yeah, it's a communist country, but so is China and some others. You know, they didn't try to force me into communism. I was just there to visit.
Well, they wouldn't. You know, you're not. This is America's your country.
Oh yes.
Are you of American?
I feel American. You know, I walked into a Denny's the other day. I was like, man,
you the French
I've
fries?
arrived.
You have the
I get the Grand Slam, and I'm like, I'm Vietnamese American. I'm ready. Even my dad.
He's quite a character, isn't he? You are really a character. Believe me, you are a character.
I tried to crack a joke.
You cracked a very good joke. You cracked a very good joke.
I like that's like part British, part Vietnamese accent.
Yeah. Do I have a British accent?
Oh, it's beautiful. Really? I wish I had an accent like that. If I had an accent like that, I'd watch Monty Python all the time.
Maybe I could teach you to speak English. I mean English.
Yes. I don't know what dialect this is. It's terrible dialect.
It's very bad.
Yeah, I know. Hello?
He's going to have a lot of lessons.
Where's Nick? I want to see Nick. Can you please adjust that camera, please, Nick?
I want to have who's Nick?
It's some guy over there.
Nick.
But no, I would love to. Your accent. You know who one of my first comedians I studied was? Benny Hill.
Benny Hill, I have a very good friend of mine, Lenny Windsor, actually wrote for Benny Hill for 8 years.
Yes.
And Benny Hill was the most amazing man, but he was very, he didn't mix with anybody, but he just stayed very much on his own. And seeing him on television was the total opposite.
Yeah, sounds like he's on the right track.
Yeah, when he passed away. He's on the...
Yeah, he never owned a car of his own.
No, he didn't.
And never got married, and he died, he was alone in his apartment from what I heard.
Yes.
And I've still...
You know a lot about him.
Well, I studied Benny Hill. When I was like 6 years old.
Why did you study him? Because he was a little bit on the risque side in those days, not now.
Yeah, well, now he's basically on a PG-13 channel now.
Well, he's actually 6 feet under.
Yeah,
he passed away.
Hey, there's nothing more funny than the death of a comedian, apparently. So, no, if you look at Benny Hill, he is the package of everything. He basically does vaudevillian type humor.
Yes.
Which means he also sings. He dances.
Yes.
He, did show tunes and all that stuff. He played guitar. He did singer-songwriter humor. Yeah, he would be doing impressions. He's an impressionist. He did stand-up comedy before we even knew what it was.
Well, Dad,
it's amazing.
You are a comedian, and you won like the Voice. You won a show.
You know, I'm from American Idol, right? I won.
That's what I'm saying. You were.
My name is William Hung.
William Hung. Hello, Hung. William Hung.
Hello. Your mother on the shoe, she banged. There's all my fans tuning in. They're like, what is happening right now?
All the fans are going crazy out there. They're saying, well, who is this guy?
Folks,
wait a second, who's that woman?
I'm being interviewed by Baba Walters right now, and it's an honor to be here. So can I tell my fans who you are, at least,
yes,
so they know what's going on?
I would love them to know who I am.
Because they just went in live, and they're like, what is happening? Why is there a Vietnamese lesbian next to this lady right now? Right? So let's explain what's... It's okay. You guys can laugh in the studio. It's fine. Laughter is fine. You might not have a cell signal, but you can laugh all you want.
When I said you're a comedian, I think I just opened up a can of worms.
Yeah. Or a can of egg rolls. It's up to you.
Egg rolls means I love egg rolls.
Do you like fish sauce?
Yeah, fish sauce. Yes, I do, actually.
I use it as lotion. Maybe that's why I look so old.
Yeah. You use it on your face?
Oh, I use it everywhere. Anyways,
it's getting rather personal.
I am getting rather personal.
Let's not go there.
This young man's getting rather personal for a young lady.
Okay. So you want them to know who I am?
Yes, they need to know. As a matter of fact, hang on. I'm going to do a... no, don't worry about me. I'm just resetting.
He's resetting. He's resetting himself.
So you guys... Hey, this is Dat Phan from Last Comic Standing. I am here live in Laughlin with Ninon, right?
Perfect.
From England?
From England, yes.
And we're both interviewing each other.
Yes.
I mean, she's mostly interviewing me, but that's fine. I like it. I think that's better than chaos.
No, I want you to interview me because I want to tell everybody who I am.
Would you like for me to interview you?
You could go. I want you to interview me. Go right ahead.
First question to ask you,
yes,
Ninon.
what is it?
The question is, have you ever had pho before?
Well, actually, I have, because it's Vietnamese food, I understand.
Yes.
And I did not know that, but now I do, because I've been rubbing up against you.
Dude,
I happen to love the food.
You rub up against me and you feel the noodles come out of my arms.
Yes, I do, actually.
In England, what part of England are you from?
Torquay. 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 Torquay, Devon. It's a seaside resort and absolutely beautiful. So
man.
Hello, Torquay out there.
It sounds awesome. Do they play like Monty Python songs everywhere out there?
Of course they do.
Pardon my ignorance. I've never been to England. I've always wanted to go.
I'll take you.
We'll go together.
Let's go together.
Are you single?
Yes,
together we can form a good team.
Single. Yes, I am single.
Yeah, you could be the hot single mama and I'll be the chauffeur.
All right.
Going shopping, Miss Daisy.
Yes.
So, Vietnamese food, is the Vietnamese food, does it taste different in England or?
In England, it's not so much, we don't have so much Vietnamese food there, obviously in America, because that's where I live in America.
Right.
And I love the food, but I love Asian food, period. I love all different foods. I enjoy the food.
Wait a minute. We're in America? I'm kidding.
In America.
So,
we're in America, are we?
Yeah.
Where are we?
You like Asian food?
Is Laughlin in America?
Laughlin is the heart of America.
There you go. It is now.
Feel like you want to go. It's like a Dodge Ram commercial. It's like me and my daughter, the Dodge Ram. You know where I like to go when I feel American.
Where did this guy come from?
I like to go to Laughlin. You want? So, here's the feel. I don't feel like I won last comic standing. I feel like I won the hearts of America, and the hearts of America is Laughlin.
Beautiful.
Thank you. The hearts of America is Laughlin. You want to?
I can think of better places. I can think of.
You want to have no cell signal and be frustrated by a kitchen of a Vietnamese guy. So you like Vietnamese food?
I love Vietnamese food. Yeah? Yes, I do.
What's your favorite Vietnamese dish?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, don't you have like a curry? You have a lot of sort of curry.
We do have curry.
Yes, but I have to have the mild one, not the strong one, because the English tubes are a little delicate.
English tubes? Well, that just sounds really provocative.
These are my tubes.
Well, if you get the right curry with the right spiciness, it'll come right down the tubes.
It does.
And I don't mean Subway. Oh, looks like we're about to lose a young lady.
Subway.
She's
Subway.
She hit the word tube. She's gone.
Subways are in England, actually, and in London. We have the subways.
You know how I know that? I saw
the tubes. We call them tubes.
Oh. No, I saw that on a Clint Eastwood movie with Matt Damon called Afterlife or After something. I forgot what it was.
Afterlife in England.
In England, yeah. And he was a psychic that went over there, and there was the tubes involved. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is cool. So what's the next question?
Do the white chicks like Vietnamese people in England?
Yes, they do.
Wow, you have so much conviction there.
We love everybody. We're very different sort of country. We're very polite and very nice to most people. We try to be anyway.
Right.
I mean, if you came to England, you would probably come back and say, "Wow, those English people are really nice."
Yeah, but you said we love everybody. But that's like me going up to a white girl and go like, "Hey, do you like me?" And she goes, "I like everybody."
Well, no.
Whoa, that was a very sad reaction.
Well, no, because you're not everybody. You're dad.
I'm not everybody. I'm one man, one woman.
Oh.
I'm one Korean lady.
One Korean lady. Oh, okay. Who'd you like to date? Anybody you can, but no. Who'd you like to date?
I like to date the cougars from England.
The cougar.
That's who I like to date.
He's going to date the cougars. Yeah, I don't know who they are, but...
my fans are tuning in. They're like, what the hell is happening right now?
He's not asking me. Ask me some more questions.
Yeah,
I'm waiting.
They're like, why are there two ladies on camera right now? That's our question. Okay, so here's the deal.
What's the deal?
You were asking me earlier. You were saying, we talked about it earlier. So, what is this? I don't even know what I'm writing.
You spoke. You put
Speaking?
Speaking.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know. You wrote that down. Speaking. I asked you. I think the question I was asking you was, do you like to speak Vietnamese or do you like to speak American, and what was the difference you felt about that?
That's a great question. Yes. As a matter of fact, because I just did a Vietnam USA pageant, right?
Yeah.
And Miss Vietnam America, whatever it is, and they're beautiful women, beautiful Vietnamese women.
The Vietnamese women are gorgeous. So yes.
Yes. But the thing is I had 8 Asian sisters.
Oh.
So me being turned on by them is like being attracted to my sisters. It didn't really do anything for me.
Nothing at all. Yeah. Well, your sister's pretty though.
Yeah, they were pretty, but like they're my sisters. Yeah. I'm not like that type of guy. You know what I mean?
So do you think this has changed you in life about women? I mean, being brought
about not wanting to sleep with my sisters? Absolutely. Yeah, I'm not. I apologize. There has to be a punchline at some point. Otherwise, it become some type of 60-minute special.
This is a 60-minute special.
Yeah. But today's attention span will be 60 seconds. So, look, here's the thing.
No, we're going to keep them there. Don't you dare go away. Any of you go away.
No, they're coming in. Look at that.
They're coming in. More of them are coming in.
We have my Christian fans coming in. We have my non-Christian fans. They're all excited. Look, here's the thing.
I want to know. What's the thing?
I'm trying to answer your question about Vietnamese women. I know. You have to go somewhere?
Yeah, you got me to hurry. I got to get back to Vegas.
You got to get
Come on.
I don't know what accent that is.
I'm trying to copy you.
That's very close.
I'm obviously not doing very well.
Right.
All right.
Listen, mate. That sounds like Australian.
No,
apparently
that's
now.
not. No, that's definitely Cockney from London.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that one you did very. Did he do good?
I need to watch more Batman with Michael Caine. Is what I need to do.
There you go.
So,
we were talking about speaking. We were talking about.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Vietnamese women.
All right, we're talking back to Vietnamese. God, I'm so confused. I don't know about all you out there.
Imagine if there was chaos. So, no, I think Vietnamese women are attractive, but to be honest with you, 90% of the women that I've dated are Caucasian. And then they get offended, and they're like, "Oh, this guy, he's a sellout." And then they go back to the white boyfriend, and I'm like, "Oh, I was fine with that. I'm okay with it." So apparently they're okay with dating white guys. Most of my brother-in-laws are white, and I love them to death. They're great guys. I have no problems with them dating my.
I was going to say, why would they date the white guy? But then if they were brought up in San Diego and they were brought up in America, that's what they know.
I thought about that. And when you're raised, some guy might be having a hot sister that's white, and he's white, but you notice he's dating an Asian chick.
Yeah.
You kind of want a different taste for the rest of your life.
You were going to ask me a question about if I ever dated an Asian.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you dated an Asian?
Yes.
What nationality was he?
He was
Is he?
Chinese. No, not is he now. This was many years ago, but this is when I lived.
Oh, he's not Chinese anymore? Sorry.
I don't know. Maybe he is still Chinese. I'm not quite
He's now a black guy.
No, black
he's
guy.
Now,
he's
Chinese. Whoa, you seem very...
Chinese. He's Chinese.
I like black guys.
You do?
Sometimes.
I think you like everything.
Hey, depends on the day of the week.
No, but I dated this Chinese guy, but there was one very, very big problem. I dated him for about 6 months, and I was moving to actually America, which was Miami, because this was in Jamaica. Mm-hmm. And after dating for 6 months, I never knew he was married.
He's a Jamaican Vietnamese guy?
No.
That was married?
Chinese.
Jamaican Chinese guy.
Well, I don't know if he was Jamaican, but he was living there.
Was it, hey, let me do your nails, man? You know what I mean?
Great. Oh, his manicure. The manicures, the best manicure.
She's not even reacting to what I'm saying. It's just, please continue.
I will continue.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was quite a different story. They treat you differently. Very polite, very nice. But when I found out he was married, that was the end of that.
Yeah, nothing is a bigger deal breaker than a guy with dreads from Vietnam that is married.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
to me, you're actually talking about my husband. I'm pretty pissed off about this.
You are? You have a husband? How many husbands do you have?
It's that Jamaican Vietnamese guy or Chinese guy you're talking about.
Chinese guy. Oh, yeah. That's your guy.
The cool thing is he has the Jamaican instruments and the bongos, right?
Oh, he plays bongos.
Yeah. But it's made in China.
That's really funny.
He's like, hey man, I made this.
Hey man, you're gonna have to speak it.
Oh man, can't wait to meet up with him.
No, I don't. Well, you have to meet him on your own.
What's his name?
His name is Neville Ten. Tenn, Neville.
I thought it was Nguyen Kravitz.
Nguyen Quang, no. Oh, Kravitz, no. No Kravitz.
It's like Lenny Kravitz and Nguyen mixed together.
No, Ten.
Yeah. Kravitz Ninon. So you have a taste for Vietnamese men. Did you feel hungry after you got intimate with him later, like a couple hours?
I didn't get intimate with him.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I didn't want to go that way.
Well, he was married.
Yes.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about that detail.
So you have to kind of,
Yeah. Oh, I'll back off. I'll back off onto craziness.
I don't know. I've never really sort of thought about dating Asian men. It doesn't.
Except for the one that was married. That's Rastafarian.
Yeah, that.
Besides him, you never thought about dating Vietnamese men?
No. Not
or
at all.
any, that's okay. I'll cry later.
Actually, I think in this day and age, I think anybody can date anybody now. This is the day and age now.
It's the time.
It's the time when you can date whoever you want to. Any woman, man out there, date whoever you want to date.
We are losing
as long as you have fun.
We are losing the bees.
What bees?
Which means the bees. Like the honeybees.
Where did they go?
it's just going to face mass extinction. Do you know about this?
No, I don't. God, we're talking about switching subjects.
Well,
we're now in a beehive.
I'm trying to tell you, because you're saying anybody could date anybody. Once we lose the bees, I think some of the smartest men in the world, smartest people in the world, say that we will be done several hundred years after that. So we might as well date everybody, right?
Why not?
Very depressing. And that's one to grow on. Hang on, let me switch to this other question here.
We've got to switch.
By the way, every time that I'm resetting the camera, we're still live.
Oh, we're still live? Oh, that's good.
It's been recording this entire time.
I love it. I'm just waiting for more questions.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Aren't
you glad we wrote this down?
I think you...
It would have been really bad.
Brilliant.
It would have been crazy.
He wrote things down. Now he's going to cross out all the things he's asked me.
I'm not that brilliant. I just have a terrible memory.
That. Talk about an open interview. This is really open. I mean, this is really just chalking off the board. You know?
Chalking off the board sounds like my dating life.
You're gone.
So you said that you worked with somebody, a big movie star back in the day. Who was that?
I worked with Rita Hayworth, and it was actually her last movie. The movie was called The Grove in Miami, and she was beautiful, an incredible woman, and she died of Alzheimer's. And apparently she had, and this is just hearsay, quote unquote, that she'd had Alzheimer's since she was 24.
Did she say that twice?
Well, she didn't remember. No, she didn't remember. I
apologize.
The first time. No, she didn't remember the first time, so she did say it twice. You're right. Oh, don't cry now. It's okay.
It's okay. I forgot I cried. Yeah. Go ahead.
But anyway, she was fabulous, and it was Stephen Oliver was her, and Bill Griffey was the producer, and Fred Singer was one of the directors, and it was a part of my life which I thought I felt so honored, sort of being in a movie with her, and it was and I hadn't been in America that long. I'd been a little while.
You know what's crazy? First of all, I agree with you. That's definitely an honor. Yeah. And when you're filming with her, I thought about this. When you're filming with her, it's in color, like right now.
Of course,
but then people only see it in black and white. That's got to be a trip. That you actually are the people who are in the crew and cast can see in color, but the rest of the world for eternity only knows of it in black and white.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Well, it's called colorblind.
It's called I don't have money for cable or color correction.
I don't have money for anything.
It's called no CGI. And then when they do color it in, it looks like a painting. It's not really how it really...
a Technicolor or something they had. I don't know what it was. It was crazy.
Were things scandalous back then that people never knew about? You don't have to answer that.
Of course there are. I mean,
But they hid it so well, though.
There was another friend of mine, and you wouldn't know this person. There's a guy called Freddie Otash. Freddie Otash was one of the biggest private eyes in America, but he had his what he did was in Hollywood. So he knew all the Hollywood stars. I mean, he knew when Frank Sinatra bashed the door, and he also lived with Judy Garland for a little while to get her off drugs. There's a lot of stuff I could say, but a lot of stuff I can't say.
Judy Garland did the cocaine?
Oh, I don't know. That's I don't know what she did.
Somewhere over the rainbow? She did the whole rainbow of drugs.
She did the
Yeah. She did one called the Scarecrow. That was really bad.
Touche.
Yeah, and after she did, she was like, if I only had a brain.
If I only had a brain.
That's horrible.
She sure had a voice.
Yeah, no, she did. And I don't mean any disrespect. I'm probably going to go to hell after this thing. I'm going to get hit by a bus out in Laughlin out there trying to get a cell signal.
You weren't even born. You weren't even around.
Yeah. No, I watched The Wizard of Oz when I was a kid.
Yes.
It's beautiful. And I know that was the first movie in color.
Yes, it was. Oh.
Yeah.
Bright.
And some of the stars on there, did you know they offered them residuals, a back-end deal, and they chose not to? They wanted to get a flat rate. Could you imagine that? The Wizard of Oz.
Can you imagine? I mean, they're
crazy.
They're still playing it, aren't they?
Yes. Yeah, if they would have gotten a residual deal, they would have gotten some dough, but they didn't want to go back-end.
Well, in those days, they didn't really realize. And even in those days, I don't even think they got paid much.
Is it true that there were deaths on the set of The Wizard of Oz?
I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. Can't answer that one, but I'm sure there were a few.
And Julie Garland she was sad a lot, right?
Very sad. She drank a lot. She was very sad. She had a very, and yet she was one of the greatest singers and the greatest actors. And, you look at it and you think, but it's funny because, and you might know this, I'm sure you have your quiet moments.
Oh, I do. It's every week. Yeah, it's called Monday. I cry alone.
You cry alone.
I think about Julie Garland and I wish I was white.
Well, you are white.
Well.
Ish.
It depends on the neighborhood.
It all depends.
Some neighborhoods I get arrested for shopping. So continue.
Continue. Please. Well, I've finished with that.
So
I've finished with that conversation.
You know what I like about The Wizard of Oz? The monkey. The monkey is flying around.
What about the little doggy? What was there? A dog?
Toto.
Toto.
Yeah, that witch really wanted to kill Toto. She must have been a cat lady.
Yeah, I don't know, cat. Who knows what she was?
Is it true that when a house lands on a witch and then their legs shrink? That was really weird.
Of course it's true.
No, that was just the housing market crash.
Why would you question that?
I would never.
You mean are you talking about 2008 when the housing crash came down of the Wizard of Oz? We're going off.
Why would you ask about legs shrinking on a witch when a house lands on it? That's a ridiculous question. Of course the legs shrink.
Of course they shrink.
My favorite part about it was the man behind the curtain. It was so symbolic.
Do you know, the funny thing is I'm asking him about, we're talking about Judy Garland and everything, and you've got more questions and you know more about Judy Garland and the Wizard of Oz than I know, and I'm supposed to know more than what you know about that, because that was kind of
because you wanted me to ask you about...
what? What does that say?
No, Rita Hayworth, remember?
Yes.
And then it led to the Wizard of Oz. We had a natural flow towards a witch getting landed on.
The witch's hair.
Yeah. Now it's the same thing, but they're on Jerry Springer talking about it.
Yes.
She's like, a house landed on me.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Please.
You are sort of down here in Laughlin for Joe Leno. You are going to be opening up with Joe Leno.
Joe Leno? Jay Leno?
Jay Leno. How about Jay Leno?
I'll fix that in editing later on. Hang on. Let me just... Here we go.
Jay Leno.
Jay Leno, yes.
Jay Leno. You're opening up for him.
Oh, yes. I've been on a show. I've been on the Tonight Show.
Yes. Do you get nervous about that, or do you get...
She goes, yes. I'm like, I was in the Tonight Show in front of 30 million people, but... Do I get nervous? I was nervous when I was in front of 30 million people on the Tonight Show with Jay Leno.
When you were on... what got you out of it, or did you use that energy to present what you wanted to present to Jay Leno?
Well, here's the thing. The first time that I was in Jay Leno, this is why I'm not as nervous now, is because...
That means he is nervous.
I was on the... I like how she deducts that out of the... She goes... I'm like, Jay Leno, she goes, that means he's bisexual. I'm like, what? I don't know what that means. But what I'm saying is this. When I was first on the Tonight Show, it was with Jewel. Do you know the singer Jewel?
Yes, I do.
And then also Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm sure you know who Arnold Schwarzenegger is.
I did a commercial with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, really?
Yes, I did.
Oh, excellent.
Yes.
So we'll talk about that in just a second. I just wanted to answer your question on the thing. So I was on the Tonight Show, and I was talking to Jay Leno, and I was like, he's sitting in the green room with me. I'm about to go out on stage, and before I go up, he goes, do you have any questions? I go, first of all, I wanted to ask you for some advice. And basically the advice he gave me is don't give anything away for free. So basically, if you do a comedy show, don't sell yourself out for free. Always charge something. And that was great advice, actually.
Incredible advice.
Great advice.
The best advice
great advice
ever. Vegas, don't go for free.
Right. And the other thing that I get paid very well to do what I do now, and I feel very grateful for that advice.
Good.
The other thing is he goes, hey, the first time it's going to be easy. The 12th time is where it's hard, right? So don't because when you come back for the 12th time, you got to come up with new stuff, and they expect you, and they expect the old stuff. And he goes, don't get too nervous, everything will be fine, and so basically before I went up, it was Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger went up before me, and he goes, I'm gonna run for governor of California, and everyone went crazy. He had Secret Service around him, and they go, Dad, you're next. So I had to follow Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator, and Conan, basically,
of course,
in front of 30 million people on the Tonight Show.
But you were okay with it.
Yeah, but I was terrified. I appreciate it. I feel very blessed for the opportunity. But if you screw up, you're failing in front of 30 million people.
30 million people. But at the same time, they always say that when you get nervous and you had all these, like, I'm going to say, what am I going to do?
Right.
To use that. Use that as part of to make it work and sort of, and then, I mean, once you get in front of whoever you're getting in front of who's very famous, after a couple of seconds, you're kind of easy. It's like...
Yeah, well, it is. It gets easier, but it is 250 million people that have been exposed to, and I feel very blessed for that. But it is a little nerve-wracking sometimes. We have several hundred million.
So
people.
I guess the answer to my question for when is it? Wednesday?
This weekend.
This weekend.
It's not as nerve-wracking because
I was going to say he's not going to be as nervous.
When you go from 30 million down to like 1,000 people, it's not too bad.
Will it be 1,000?
Roughly. I mean, I haven't seen the auditorium yet, but it's going to be pretty exciting.
So what else do you do? You don't obviously travel around with Jay Leno, but what else do you do?
No, we converge here, and there's others. There's Rita Rudner here, and there's some other comedians. She's a fabulous
comedian, isn't she?
They're great. I met her. She's very classy, very very nice, very down to earth.
Yeah, I haven't met her. I don't.
Yeah, no, they're very wonderful people. I very much appreciate the opportunity. Now, you said before that we started going off into a side thing. Some story you had about you worked with somebody. We were talking about Jay Leno, and you had like a side thing about. You said you worked with Jay Leno or something. You did. What was it?
Well, no, I've worked with many of the. I actually found it. I worked with Hal Roach a lot. Hal Roach was a very good friend of
Who?
mine. Hal Roach.
I apologize. I don't understand that.
Hal Roach he had the Little Rascals, Mice and Men.
Yeah.
He had all those.
Right.
He was a very, very good friend of mine. So, and then I founded the Hal Roach Awards at Loyola Marymount University. And through that, I was able to, and we put on a fundraiser every year.
Right.
And we honored Henry Mancini, Roger Moore, Audrey Hepburn.
I love Roger Moore. He's my favorite Bond.
Well, Roger Moore actually played cards with my aunt before he ever became famous.
Wow.
Isn't that funny how roads cross? And there am I, sitting there honouring him.
Yeah.
It was just amazing.
So when he played cards and he was winning, was he moon raking it in? I apologize.
Yes,
Please
he
continue.
was, definitely. He was moon raking my aunt in, I think.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds pretty good.
But my aunt introduced him to a very famous movie star in Israel, her girlfriend. He married her, and that's how he became a movie star.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a funny...
Wait, what? So he married into becoming a movie star?
Yes, he married into becoming
That's
a
the
movie
way to
star.
do it.
Yeah.
I gotta find some type of Jewish white cougar and then marry her. Yeah. That's the key. I'll be the little houseboy cleaning around.
I don't think you need anybody. He does not need anybody to help him. Believe me.
I'm like, would you like some more popcorn, ma'am?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Some more popcorn? Can I have a part in the movie, please?
Yeah.
I want to work with Channing Tatum.
That's how it works.
Yeah. So look, we had something written down earlier. You're asking something because we're down. I crossed everything off.
Yeah. So one more thing there. What is that?
That's your question to me. You said, why do I do my thing?
Yeah. Why do you do what you do, and how did you? Because you're a comedian, obviously. Obviously, he's a comedian.
I'm just funny looking.
And he comes up with funny words, you know. But what sort of put you into being? You were funny when you were young, or was it people that sort of when you would talk or say funny things, they would start laughing, or what? How did it all work?
I was going to college, junior college. I was terrible. I was a terrible student. I was bored to tears. And
is that because you knew what the answers were?
No, because I was looking for white chicks, and that was my sub. That was what's your major? Doctor, lawyer. My major, Stacy. So so I had women and sex on the brain all the time. Come on, I was.
Wait, that's normal.
I was 18 years old.
Well, that's normal.
I mean, I had
a
lot more sex in the brain than most guys did. Okay. It was pretty bad.
Okay.
And then, so I was dropping out of classes except for weight training, and that was basically.
Because you wanted to look good.
No, because it was fun. Weight training is fun. Sitting there learning. I didn't want to hear about history yet, and all this stuff. So school was tough for me. I was a very piss poor student, but I took a speech class. I was terrified. I was very nervous. I was very introverted.
Why did you take a speech class? Because you were talking with an accent?
It's required.
Oh, it was. Okay.
Well, no. I mean, like a speech class, like you give a speech.
You give. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. I wish I would get rid of an accent with a speech class. That'd be awesome. I think that's speech therapy. But I took a speech class and I was nervous. I was making people laugh. It was a requirement to take that class, and I dropped all my other requirements. And I was invited to go watch an open mic at a comedy club.
Really?
And that's how it all started. I completely stumbled. Look at Nick's yawning right now. I completely stumbled across stand-up comedy, and it changed my life.
And you realized that this was your thing. This is what you could do, and this is why you didn't like school, because you were...
I realized it was my thing, but it was also a matter of... Because I had a girlfriend at the time that I was dating for 5 years.
What happened?
And, well, what happens is, just like the study of the single-celled organism, you know what I'm talking about, if the living thing finds the environment uninhabitable, you seek immortality, which is fame and stuff like what we're doing right now, right?
Yeah, what we're doing right now, because we can't find anything else to do.
Right.
So we decided to get together and have a little conversation.
Which is why, if you do find the environment habitable, the living organism, including humans, will basically reproduce and have children.
Yes.
So
you've decided not to do that yet.
I decided to go after immortality.
Yes.
And plus, my girlfriend at the time needed to find out who she is. I don't even know what that means. That's a very white girl thing. I'm going to get a lot of heat for saying that. But
no.
I need to know who I am.
I love to.
Yeah.
They say that a lot.
They do.
I want to find out who I am. I said, well, don't you know who you are yet?
Yeah. Do you know who you are? You're the person that's dating Chad now. That's who you are. Chad knows who you are.
Yes.
So, So I get that, or I need my space.
Yeah.
But, you're from the United States. Look at all the space you have. You have Texas. But, so we ended up breaking up, and that pushed me to we're running out of time.
Oh
yeah.
What's Nick saying?
Yeah, I don't know. He's showing Texas on his wrist.
Oh, it's got Texas. It's got all those.
Yeah, so I end up seeking immortality since I'm not reproducing anymore, or trying to reproduce. So she runs off to figure out who she is with Chad and gets her space in Texas, and then I end up moving on.
So do you have a girlfriend now?
I don't. I have tears. I have tears.
Lots of tears?
A lot of crying.
A lot of crying.
Yeah, I'm actually very
happy. That's
on
Mondays, because Monday is kind of your day.
Yeah, Monday's my day.
Back to Mondays is his day.
I'm very happy to see you guys. I saw you're the first humans I've seen in a long time. We could all fight for cell phone signal together.
Yes, well, we are. But so you've really found yourself. You like being alone. You like doing what you're doing.
No, I never said I liked being alone. No, I don't have a choice.
See? Found out he doesn't.
I don't have a choice. Being alone is just part of the package right now.
At the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I choose to be single because I'd rather be in no relationship than a bad relationship.
I couldn't agree with you more. You're absolutely right. Yeah, nothing like a bad relationship.
Are you divorced? Am I allowed? Hang on.
No, actually, I'm not divorced. My husband passed away in 2004.
Oh. Now I feel like a dick for bringing that up.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll forgive you. And anyway, he's very much missed. But I do have a guy I see in Los Angeles, so everything's pretty cool. But I really am a business person. I like doing I have a show.
You seeing a guy in Los Angeles?
Yes.
You try to just let that slide under the door.
I did.
I have a guy in Los Angeles. Anyway, it's producing the show coming up. Well, wait a minute. Let's back up for a second.
Who's this guy?
This dude.
Here we go.
Is he white?
Yes, he's white.
Oh,
yeah.
Must be good
he's
to be white.
6'4".
Oh. White and 6'4".
Oh, he's
good.
Amazing.
Must have great tax and credit and all that stuff.
He does have all that.
He does. He doesn't even hesitate. He does have all that.
He does have all that.
He has good credit.
Yeah, he's got
good tax.
He's got good everything.
Most white people, like, if you say, "Are you rich and white?" They're like, "Oh,
yes, rich is right. Yes, he's rich.
It is good to be rich and white.
Absolutely.
Good taxes.
Listen, I've been with money and without money, and believe me, it's better to be with money.
Yeah.
Believe me.
I give this credit to Tony Calabrese, who's watching. He goes, people go, money doesn't equal happiness. Anybody who says that has never had money.
No, that's right. They don't understand it.
Yeah. See, with me, having money, you have the power to help people that you love. So if I have somebody that's in danger in the hospital, I could do something about it.
Yes.
But if you don't have the money, you're helpless.
You can't do anything about it.
So how's that happiness?
The money does buy you freedom. Money buys you freedom, so that's and also, as you said, you can help people.
Right, and going back to what you said, reflecting on what you're saying right now, is the single-celled organism. Yeah, you either look for immortality or you look for reproduction. Yeah. But if you have money, you could hire a nanny and do both. You could shape-shift your environment. So the lesson is money is happiness out there, you guys.
Well, money is happiness, but don't ever sort of don't go for money first.
Of course.
Go for what you need to do first, and the money will come.
Yeah. Listen to her. We don't want anybody committing mass suicide out there right now.
No. Well, if you do, just leave in your will.
I'm glad you have your priorities straight.
No, let's get this thing.
Don't commit suicide, but if you do kill yourselves, just make sure you sign the will. Sign the will, please.
And I'm in
it. So much love here from England. And she's got a rich guy in LA.
Yes.
So we burned out our list. Do you have anything else to say?
I do have something to say. Oh. Where do you see yourself going as of, you're doing the Jay Leno show this week in Laughlin, which is absolutely amazing. Where do you see yourself going? What do you want to accomplish, and where do you want to go?
Right now, I have a small place in LA that I got from winning Last Comic Standing, and I teach students stand-up comedy, a small group that I have filtered through, and I like to help people.
Yeah,
and this is going to sound really weird, but after being exposed to 250 million people around the world, by the way, I'm Dat_Phan on Instagram and Twitter and all that, and we're going to talk soon on how you guys could find her. But let's talk about right now real quick.
I can be found. I have a internet TV show called Vegas Live with Ninon, and it's on Instagram, it's on YouTube, it's on Facebook, it's social media. That's where it's at. I have an incredible producer. His name is Nick Blaze. I have an incredible director who actually takes care of the media and also takes care of the talent. That's Jonelle. So I'm very it's come together, and we're doing extremely well with the show. And what we do with Vegas Live with Ninon is we bring a lot of the entertainment people from Vegas. We give them kind of a voice, and we give them a platform so people know who they are. And some of them are not so famous, but I've never been one that I have to always have famous people.
Sure.
We can have. There's a lot of people out there that are not famous who would love to be famous,
and their talent needs to be recognized.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we do do that a lot.
And just to let you know, she's right. They have a great crew here. Nick is awesome. We've been speaking the same language on production. As a matter of fact, we made out. I mean, that's how close we got.
I know, it's amazing.
We did.
And it was that fast,
and I like to make out with a white Hispanic-looking guy with a tattoo of Texas on his hands. It just turns me on to see a place that has oil on it. So, are we drilling for oil right now, Nick? Or are you just happy to see me?
No, we're drilling his hand. We're drilling his hand. We're sucking the oil out of his hand.
And much respect to your crew for driving all the way out here to Laughlin to intercept me, and bless your hearts for doing that.
Well, because I find you, this is one of the most unusual, I think, interviews that we've probably both had, because a lot of what we're doing is off the cuff, which we both like, and which is fascinating. Mm-hmm. I find you fascinating. I just love the way you have sort of grown yourself, and you don't seem to be afraid of anything.
I find you fascinating as well. No, I'm sorry. Please continue. I find you very Caucasian fascinating.
Ooh.
Please.
What does that mean?
Yeah, Bed Bath and Beyond type of fascinating. You know what I mean?
I didn't know what it meant. Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yes.
All right, okay.
Air purifier type of fascinating.
All right. Do you like my earrings?
Yes, it's beautiful.
I'm just trying to change the subject.
No, I see that. I see good credit when I see that.
You see good credit.
No, I appreciate it. I failed a lot in life. I learned from the failures.
That's the only way you fail. That's the only way you learn is when you fail.
You overcome it. That's the only failures are a blessing.
Don't put your head in the sand. Don't delve into the sand. Just come right back up again and and find out what you did wrong.
Yeah.
And be able to change.
Plus, you're not an ostrich. So
you've got good legs.
You like my legs?
I love your legs.
This right here, you guys. You lie.
Look,
this is called Vietnamese refugee.
No.
This is a new look. This will turn off anybody. You have a white pool party, I come there, everybody leave.
Yeah, they've all gone.
Like apparently the Chinese delivery guys here.
No, you know where they leave to? They find out where his room is. And they all run up to his room.
You're too kind.
Surprise.
You're too kind.
Surprise.
To fully answer your question, this is gonna be a bitch when it comes to editing. Hello, welcome to ADD editing, where 1 minute we're talking about 7-Up, and next minute we're talking about terrorism. So I'm joking. You got very serious.
I know.
So
I didn't know where you were going.
That's the ADD example. No, I want to make more money to get a big house, hopefully in the Hollywood Hills one day. So that way I could have more seminars that have more people come and learn stand-up comedy or public speaking from me.
I think what we can say about that is a giver. You like to give back. You've obviously done very well.
I love to give.
Look at his face. Look at the face.
I want to give.
He wants to give.
Taking is not as good as giving. And I want to give.
And he wants to give.
I know I look like a gay Thai waiter right now, but I want to give to everybody. You know what I mean?
And he does give to everybody.
I give to everybody, Ninon. I hear your name.
Yes, you have my name.
I hear your name, and I want to give.
Hang on a second. Now you're gonna kind of dream about me tonight?
Oh, I'm gonna dream about you. We're gonna have fascinating nightmares about England and nuidos out there. It's cell signals.
Oh, the cell signals are amazing.
The cell signals?
Because the cell signals at this hotel.
I want to go to England. I want to go to England just to get the cell signal.
Yeah, we've got to get a cell signal.
Yeah. Do you have T-Mobile out there?
Of course we have T-Mobile.
Get more minutes.
We have tea everything.
Yeah. Get more tea and crumpets.
Tea. That's where the tea comes in. Ooh.
I want the crumpets. I want the castle.
You know, I often wonder if I could ever be a comedian, but I really don't think I can.
You got it.
I've got it?
Oh, you got it.
You're true?
I feel
Are you lying?
I feel the energy, the energy of the punchlines. You know what I love about her is that she just dives right in, and I think that's awesome. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, I got no other choice. Give me a choice of what else I can do, so I gotta dive in.
My people, when we evacuated Vietnam and the helicopters were coming, we just dove right in.
Yeah, well,
we had to get out of there.
I was organizing the helicopters.
You were. And they were yelling, Ninon, Ninon, we dive in like you. That's what they were saying. We loved you a long time, Ninon.
I'm going to change the subject a little bit. When you come on, how long is your show? How long are you on for? Half an hour, 20 minutes? What is it? He keeps fiddling with something.
It's resetting. It's resetting for editing later on. Otherwise, I'm editing 40 minutes while I'm crying in bed.
Yes. But you're gonna have a lovely time editing this.
Yeah, this is gonna be. This is gonna be a hell of an editing session.
He's gonna think of me every minute. He's gonna think of me. Oh, why did she say this? Why did she do this? Why did she change the chutney? What?
Oh, I love it. As a matter of fact, I'll be texting Nick and I'll be crying with him. But we're gonna cry together. We're gonna cry together.
These are gonna be crocodiles. These are gonna be crocodile tears. Believe me.
We're gonna going to be crying while we're watching The Fast and the Furious. And we're going to hope that we're Tokyo drifting instead of editing.
By the way, we're going live with all your people. Are they still on? Are they still listening to us? I mean,
no, they're watching. It's just we're not interacting with them. They're probably like, why the hell are they not talking to us right now? I'm going ADD.
Hello, what do you want to know?
Well, I mean, we got Beth, we got Jackie, we got Jennifer here, we got Lauren from LA.
Lauren
Stormy,
from LA. I know Lauren from
Texas.
LA.
Oh, you know Lauren Kirshner?
Oh, I think I do.
If
I don't know you, I know you now.
Yeah, a bunch of comedians on there, a lot of great people, but our format...
No, one second, please, if you're comedians out there...
all over the
I'm joking. No, if you're comedians out there, don't steal any of our stuff.
Don't hack. Don't hack from the English lady and the Korean lady, please. Do not hack from us. Or we hack you. We're calling the Russians, okay?
That's what you call hacking.
Yeah, we're calling the Russians. Now you cry, you lose your data, and you want to drink vodka and play chess.
But wait, this Russian thing really did go a long, long way. Even Dad is talking about the Russians.
It went so far that...
The whole of America and the whole world is talking about the Russians, and now you got the bug.
It went so far that every time I go on my laptop, I hear the Tetris theme. So, what was the... Ding, 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 ding. Oh, that L is not supposed to be like that. Now it has lost 5 lines. So, you ever do like a fatal mistake on Tetris, and now you're basically FUCKED for the rest of the... You're screwed. It's like this thing that sticks up. You're like, this is great.
I'm gone.
I have a knife in my forehead for the rest of this round. That's fantastic. So, we were totally at another subject before we digressed on this, and what was it? Do you remember?
Don't know. Does it matter?
Does it matter? It was a closing question.
Oh, it was a closing question. That means he wants to get rid of me.
No,
he wants to get rid of me.
Because we're gonna go downstairs and eat, aren't we? Don't you want to eat?
Yes, I want to eat. What are you gonna eat?
Your white blazer. Look at this.
Yeah, maybe I have some spaghetti.
Yeah,
Then I have red dots.
No, don't ruin it. I see this.
Red dots all over it.
I see this, and I want to buy a house.
A White House.
Is it going?
Not the White House. A White House.
Can we close escrow?
Yes.
So no, weren't we talking about something else?
We were talking about everything. I mean, I feel so sorry for the people that have tuned in because we're all over the place. We're all over the book. We're everywhere.
Wow.
But that's okay because that's what the world is.
Yeah, we're all over like a person campaigning these days.
Oh, did we win?
I'm a church person. I'm not a church person. I'm against oil. I'm with oil. Vote for me.
Which side are you on?
Yeah.
And he's not winning. I want to be on the winning side.
Right.
I'm changing sides.
Yeah.
I'm changing.
What were we talking about?
You tell us what we were talking about.
No, there was something that we were talking about 10 minutes ago before we looped into madness.
Well, I see you've got a very good memory.
Yeah, I know. Well, my memory is not 10 minutes long. Yeah. I feel like a waiter at Applebee's after being hungover.
Applebee's? Is that where you go?
What's that?
How to get in touch with her.
Oh yeah. So you guys, how can my fans get in touch with you on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook?
I would love all of them to get in touch with me. You can get in touch with me. It's called VegasLiveWithNinon.com, and that obviously there's also Vegas Live Ninon, Facebook, www, which you don't use anymore, which is VegasLiveWithNinon.com, which is the website. So just remember, VegasLiveWithNinon.com.
So you don't have to worry about the www, but you do need to worry about the XXX. That's my site. She knows what I'm talking about. But you guys are based out of Vegas.
We're based out of Vegas. Yeah, we have our show. We film our show at the Pepper Mill Lounge in Las Vegas.
Beautiful.
Las Vegas Boulevard, fabulous little place. Awesome. We film every Tuesday from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Because don't forget to tune in Facebook because we go live.
So any of my entertainer friends that are out in Vegas, feel free to contact them. Who is your contact person that
Jonelle.
Jonelle, and what is her Instagram?
I don't have an Instagram.
Okay, that's great.
Vegas Live with Ninon, and I respond to everything.
Yeah, she's actually Ninon.
Yeah.
I'm Jonelle.
Right.
And she's Ninon.
Yeah, and that's Dat Fan, and I'm Nick. I'm Nick Blaze.
You're Nick Blaze.
This is great.
This is just everybody get in touch with everybody.
Just contact them on MySpace and Zanga and Friendster, and they'll be able to help you out in Vegas.
There you go.
Yeah.
Don't forget just to get in touch with Ninon and Dat.
Yeah, and right now, if you're gonna go see them at this time of the year, make sure you wear a jacket because it's freezing in Vegas. Just make sure you drive over there with a jacket on.
Actually, you might want gloves as well. And boots.
I'm kidding. It's like 111 degrees in Vegas, but I still love Vegas.
I was saying to a friend of mine earlier that I got in my car last night. It was probably about 8:30, 9 o'clock. It was 127, and my car was in a garage. Mm-hmm. So it was pretty. It wasn't the sun on it, nothing. 127.
Right.
Oof. Very hot.
I got into my car and I turned into pho soup. And that was in the garage at night. You guys know that? If you go into, I'm just going to say this with love to Vegas, and everybody knows this who's there. You could be in the garage, the parking garage, at night, and it's 107 degrees. Yeah. I don't even know how that's possible. Where's the sun? That's not even possible.
Well, mine was 127.
That's crazy.
It is crazy, but...
That's so. I don't leave any electronics in there because I'm Asian and I love electronics and I love Best Buy.
You can't leave anything in the car.
Can't. You'll fry everything.
Yes, you won't have anything anymore.
So crazy how hot it gets. But,
absolutely.
But it's a self signal there.
Isn't that amazing? You're absolutely amazing. I've had a lovely time with you. I don't know how long we've been on air. I hope you've all enjoyed it.
We have to be entertaining or else we're deported.
Okay, so I guess I get deported tomorrow. I am going to be deported tomorrow. Maybe tonight.
Are you hungry? You ready to eat?
I'm ready to eat. What are we going to eat? What do you want? Vietnamese food?
No, they don't have it here. But downstairs they have an Outback Steakhouse.
I
probably shouldn't say that out loud and live. All fans. Hi, we just saw you. I don't know why they have a Vietnamese accent.
Where are you?
Hi, my name is Stacy and I'm white. But it's good to see you. Outback. The boomerang.
And I'm Dad.
Yes, this is Dad Phan. My name is Ninon. And I'm from Britain, tea and crumpets.
Wouldn't you do well? I mean, they would love you in Britain.
Oh.
Because you've always got a lovely sense of humour. You know, the English people have a very dry sense of humour.
Much like their meals.
Yes, the English. Well, we don't have much English.
That's why Christopher Columbus looked for spices.
That's why he left.
He left. Was like, dude, I need some black pepper. I don't know what's happening here. Can we get some like siracha sauce going on here?
Can we get something going on?
Right. No, I haven't had the food. I heard the food's a little bit bland, but I don't really know for sure. I've never been to.
I never understand that because in London we've got so many restaurants and so many different restaurants.
Right.
So you can't even really talk about English food because there's every other food there anyway.
Right.
So it doesn't really. I
want to visit England for the castles. For the history.
The history is amazing.
The food, the women look gorgeous out there.
A little bit about my family, my mum and dad, especially my father was an antique dealer, so we got to know a lot of the antiques. And, you know, my father would bring furniture stuff home and then, 2 weeks later it was gone. He sold it, another table would come in and...
you know what's the cool thing about England is this. Like here, if you go to a condo complex, the most history maybe is there was like a Native American tribal there a long time ago, which is kind of sad, and that's the biggest history. Besides that, you have a condo complex.
Yes.
In England, that goes back to
years,
thousands of years. The cobblestone is from the medieval Renaissance period.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Your history is very good.
While I was in Rome, and the cobblestone I was standing on was from the Renaissance period. It's so crazy.
From the Roman Empire.
I think that's completely insane that you guys have that much history involved.
Well, wait a second. I mean, in the Far East, you have the same thing, don't you? You have a lot of Vietnam is old as well.
Well, in Vietnam, they do have history, but I am from the Vietnam of Orange County. Where their history is Orange Grove.
I thought it was San Diego.
Well, that's what I'm saying is Orange County that has the highest concentration of Vietnamese people in the country.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, so in San Diego...
I just learned something.
Yeah, so we don't have a whole lot of history besides Native Americans, bless their hearts. But, Asia, that's a whole other thing over there. Yeah.
Well, you've been amazing.
You've been amazing. Thank you so much.
I'm exhausted. No, I'm not exhausted. He's just wonderful.
That's why we need some bloomin' onions right now to represent England.
Yes. Absolutely.
I'm kidding. That's Australian.
Yes.
So, but hey, your crew is working hard.
Yeah,
we got to get them taken care of right now.
Yes, absolutely.
And one of the youngest crew members is on Snapchat right now.
Oh, you're talking about Paige. Actually, Paige is an intern, which is Jonelle's daughter. She actually does a lot of the social media, and she puts an awful lot together. She works with us, and she's just another one of the crew and the team, as we call it.
It's very smart of you to have a very young person.
Oh, I love the
to be running the social media.
Because they know what's going on.
Yeah. I talk to an older person. I go, hey, don't forget to hashtag your stuff. And they're like, I'm hungry for breakfast. I'm like, what? Doesn't make any sense. Hashtag, not hash browns. So yeah, it's hard. The dinosaur generation.
Yeah, but she knows everything. And when I had my other show, I had another show called Voices of Tomorrow, and I interviewed kids from 12 to 18. Fascinating, because they knew so much.
Right.
And I just loved the way they've thought, and because they were brought up with the computers, and they were brought up with this world, and
it's smart of you. It's smart of you to do that. And I got to tell you this: I dated a younger woman. I'm older, and she was quite a bit younger than me, a decade. So I'm much older. So trust me, I'm older than I look. And then she flipped through my iPod. She's of legal age. Those of you guys who are judging right now, way of legal age. And she goes through my thing, and she goes, "Who's Phil Collins?" And I go, "Get out of my boat." But get out of the car now. In the air tonight.
Never to be seen again.
Yeah, they don't know who Phil Collins is. Out. You gotta at least know who an '80s icon is, right?
Course.
And she's touring now. All that stuff. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Now I sound like a creep. Let's go eat some. Let's go eat a salad. Let's go eat a salad.
We want to be healthier.
Yeah. Do you have anything final to say to everybody out there?
I do. I thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being there. I hope we presented an awful lot to you about who we are and what we are. What are we? Who are we? We're just regular people out there having fun. That's all we are. Isn't he amazing?
She's amazing. She makes me want to go visit Europe so bad.
He's going to visit London. I'm going to make sure I'm going to be there when he's there.
She'll be there, and I'll be adopted.
Yes, I'll adopt.
By this 39-year-old.
And holding. We'll be back. Thank you for watching. You're amazing out there. You're amazing. Take care.